chairs, why don't you? So somebody can sit down.
Oh, sure.
I want to see you. Get on the next train.
All
Say,
right.
Meet you by the newsstand on the lower level.
She nodded and moved away from him just as George Wilson emerged with 2 chairs from his office door. We waited for her down the road and out of sight. It was a few days before the 4th of July, and a gray, scrawny Italian child was setting torpedoes in a row along the railroad track.
It does her good to get away.
Doesn't her husband object?
Wilson, he thinks she goes to see her sister in New York. He's so dumb, he doesn't know he's alive.
Look, come on. I'll tell her for my sister Catherine. She said ought to be the most beautiful person, something you know.
Well, I'd like to, but
I'm going to have the McKees come up. And of course, I have to call my sister.
She announced as we rose in the elevator. I had been drunk just twice in my life, and the second time was that afternoon.
Do you live down in Long Island too?
I live at West End.
Really? I was down there about a month ago at a party at a man Gatsby's. Do you know him?
I live next door to him.
Really? They say he's a cousin or a nephew of Kaiser. That's where he gets all his money from.
Really?
I'm scared of him. I'd hate to have him get anything on me. I'd like to do more work in Long Island if I could get the entry. All I ask is for them to give me a start.
Ask Myrtle. She'll give you a letter of introduction. Won't you, Myrtle?
Do what?
You'll give McKee a letter of introduction to your husband so he can do some studies of him.
His lips moved silently for a moment as he invented George B. Wilson at the gasoline pump or something like that. Catherine leaned close to me and whispered in my ear.
Neither of them can stand each other.
Can't they?
They can't stand each other.
She looked at Myrtle and then at Tom.
What I say is, why live with them if you can't stand them? If I were them, I'd get a divorce and get married to each other right away.
Doesn't she like Wilson either?
The answer to this was unexpected. It came from Myrtle, who had overheard the question, and it was violent and obscene.
You see, it's really his wife that's keeping them apart. She's Catholic. They don't believe in divorce.
No.
Daisy was not a Catholic, and I was a little shocked at the elaborateness of the lie.
When they do get married, they're going west to live for a while until everything blows over. We ought to get away with him. They've been living in that garage for 11 years. Tom's the first sweetie she's ever had.
The bottle of whiskey, a second one, was now in constant demand by all present, excepting Catherine, who felt just as good on nothing at all. I wanted to get out and walk eastward toward the park through the soft twilight, but each time I tried to go, I became strangled in some wild, strident argument which pulled me back as if with ropes into my chair.
Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. I say whenever I want to. Daisy. Daisy. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Making a short, deft movement, Tom Buchanan broke her nose with his open hand. Then there was bloody towels upon the bathroom floor and women's voices scolding, and high over the confusion a long, broken wail of pain.
Wait, I want to ask Mr. Gatsby one last question.
Go on.
What kind of row are you trying to cause in my house anyhow?
He isn't causing a row, you're causing a row. Please have a little self-control.
Self-control? I suppose the latest thing is to sit back and then let Mr. Nobody from nowhere make love to your wife. Well, if that's the idea, then you can count me out. Nowadays, people begin by sneering at family life and family institutions, and next they'll throw everything overboard and have intermarriage between black and white.
We're all white here.
I got something to tell you, old sport.
Please don't. Please, let's all go home. Why don't we just go home?
That's a good idea. Come on, Tom. Nobody wants a drink.
Action.
Your wife doesn't love you. She's never loved you. She's loved me.
You must be crazy.
She never loved you, do you hear? She only married you because I was poor and she was tired of waiting for me. It was a terrible mistake, but in her heart, she never loved anyone except me.
Sit down, Daisy. What's been going on here? I want to hear all about it.
I told you what's been going on for 5 years and you didn't know.
You've been seeing this fellow for 5 years?
Not seeing, no, we couldn't meet, but both of us loved each other all that time, old sport. And you didn't know. I used to laugh sometimes to think that you didn't know.
Oh, that's all? You're crazy. I can't speak about what happened 5 years ago because I didn't know Daisy then. And I'll be damned if I see her if I see how you got within a mile of her unless you brought the groceries to the back door. But all the rest of that's like goddamn lie. Daisy loved me when she married me, and she loves me now.
No.
She does though. The trouble is that sometimes she gets foolish ideas in her head and doesn't know what she's doing. And what's more, I love Daisy too. Once in a while I go off and on a spree and make a fool of myself. But I always come back, and in my heart, I love her all the time.
You're revolting. Do you know why we left Chicago? I'm surprised that they didn't treat you to the story of that little spree.
Daisy, that's all over now. It doesn't matter anymore. Just tell them the truth. I don't love him anymore. And that's all wiped out forever.
Why? How could I love him? Possibly.
You never loved him.
I never loved him.
Not that day. I carried you down from the punch bowl to keep your shoes dry. Daisy?
Please don't. There, Jay. Oh, you want too much. I love you now. Isn't that enough? I can help what's past. I did love him once, but I love you too.
You love me too?
Even that's a lie. She didn't know. She didn't know you were alive. Why? There are things between Daisy and I that you'll never know. Things that neither of us can never forget.
I want to speak to Daisy alone. She's all excited now.
Even alone, I can't say I never loved Tom. It wouldn't be true.
Of course it wouldn't.
Daisy's leaving you.
What nonsense.
I am, though.
Said with the visible effort.
She's not leaving me.
Tom's words suddenly beamed down over Gatsby.
I won't stand this. Oh, please, let's get out.
I glanced at Daisy, who was staring terrified between Gatsby and her husband at Jordan, who had begun to balance an invisible but absorbing object on the tip of her chin. Then I turned back to Gatsby and was startled at his expression. He looked, and this is said in all contempt for the babbled slander of his garden, as if he had killed a man. For a moment, the set of his face could be described in just that fantastic way. The voice begged again to go.
Please, Tom, I can't stand this anymore.
Her frightened eyes told that whatever intentions, whatever courage she had were definitely gone.
You two start on home, Daisy. In Mr. Gatsby's car.
She looked at Tom, alarmed now, but he insisted with magnanimous scorn.
Go on. He won't know you. I think he realizes that his presumptuous little flirtation is over.
After a moment, Tom got up and began wrapping the unopened bottle of whiskey in the towel.
You want some of this stuff? Jordan? Nick?
I didn't answer.
Nick?
What?
Want any?
No. I just remembered today's my birthday. I was 30. Before me stretched the portentous, menacing road of a new decade.
Look, come on. I'll tell her for my sister Catherine. She said ought to be the most beautiful person. Something you know.
You know, I know.
You know.
You know, she knows. If
Is that
she
fine?
knows, she knows.
Is that fine? Oh my God, Leslie!
Yeah, go.
She announced as we rose in the elevator. I had been fuck my mustache.
Action.
Do you live down in Long Island too?
I live at West Side.
Really? I was just down there for a party. I was at a man Gatsby's house.
That's your pro.
It's because my mustache fucking slipped off. Well, they say he's a nephew or cousin of Kaiser Whams. I don't know how to say his name, Julie. Really? Really? That's gonna. Why do you try to copy me? I don't like that.
What do you mean? That's how I'm acting.
Go. Well, they say he's a nephew or cousin of Kaiser Whams. I don't know how to say it. I can't. I'm just gonna say that's all his money from.
Really?
They're going west to live until everything blows over. I think I said it wrong. Okay, go. When they do get married, then you're fixing your mustache. When they do get married, they're going When they do get married, they're going west to.
One eternity later.
When they do get married, they're going west to live. When they do get married, they're going west to live for a while until everything blows over. I said everything again. Can I just do it again?
When she married me and she loves me now.
No.
That's a good idea. Come on, Tom. Let's a short death movement. Movement? I said movement.
Daisy, Daisy. I say it whenever I want to. Daisy, Daisy. It's because Julie's like, Daisy, Daisy. Okay, same.